Oh man, never a dull moment in the credit card world, is there? Because I'm sure you guys already saw the news, but the Wells Fargo Journey card was just officially announced today. All the details, multipliers that come along with this card, the travel partners that are now on Wells Fargo for the first time in history, the date it's actually going to launch, and much, much more. And then lastly, let's get into the comments of the greater credit card community just talking about this launch and their thoughts on it. Much like this guy here that said both options are diarrhea, so let's get right into it. So shout out to Cably NG, he sent me this article at 8 a.m. today, so let's see exactly what it says right here, which is, Wells Fargo launches the new Autograph Journey Visa, a fresh option that rivals top travel credit cards. And we know that this card has been rumored for a very long time. Matt Clausen has been following it very, very closely, and I'm happy it finally happened for him. So for the cliff notes on this, basically the Autograph Journey comes with a $50 annual airfare credit, just like the hotel credit on the Chase Sapphire Preferred, a generous trip insurance benefits, and $95 annual fee, right at that CSP level. Newly announced travel partners, highly anticipated. We actually got Choice Hotels. Actually, for this video, I'm filming at a Choice Hotel just to let you guys know that they're actually pretty nice hotels out there. So I drove all the way there for this video today, so you better stick around to the end. Other partners include Air France-KLM Flying Blue, awesome, Avianca Lifemiles, British Airways Executive Club, so British Avios, and AerClub and Iberia Plus are all of the travel partners that are announced so far. But we do hear some insights and rumors, apparently, that they're going to add more and more travel partners as the days go on. So let's see the complete details of what we have on this card so far. So new cardholders can earn a welcome bonus of 60,000 bonus reward points after spending $4,000 in the first 3 months from account opening, and will receive a $50 statement credit toward airfare every year. That's just a bonus by having the card itself, much like the CSP. So for the multipliers here, it says the Wells Fargo Autograph Journey earns unlimited rewards at the following rates per dollar. 5x on hotels, 4x on airlines, 3x on other travel and dining, so very nice to have that dining category, obviously going to rival again, Chase's ecosystem. And then other travel, we're not fully sure yet. We're not necessarily sure if this is going to be like an Amex Green type travel, Chase Sapphire type travel, something like this, where it's kind of like a broad category. Is it going to involve transit? We're not necessarily sure. And then 1x back on other purchases. So interesting multipliers here, and actually very, very powerful. So it seems like the new points transfer, the Transfer Partners program, is going to officially launch on April 4th. And the card itself is actually going to be available for in-person applicants at select Wells Fargo bank locations on March 9th, and the nationwide applications open online and in person on March 20th. So if you got a Wells Fargo near you, might be worth a stroll in there in a few days, March 9th. Interesting. Okay. So let's see what actually transfer partners they have. So for hotels, they have Choice, which we mentioned earlier, which is pretty interesting because there's not really too many chains out there that actually transfer to Choice. City is one of them, of course, so a little bit of competition there. Airlines got AirClub, Air France, Avianca, British Airways, and Iberia, as we mentioned earlier. And some comments have mentioned a few things about this, which we'll get into in just a moment. And even though you might say, like, oh, there's not that many transfer partners out there, if you look right here in this article, that actually goes through exactly how you can use those points for not just these few partners, but actually doubling the amount of technically brands that you can actually fly with just via the alliances, right? So if we look right here, Air France-KLM, you can redeem Flying Blue miles not only on flights on Air France and KLM, but also on SkyTeam partners such as Delta Airlines, Virgin Atlantic, and Korean Air via code share. So very, very interesting here. Avianca Life Miles, this airline is a member of Star Alliance, which means you can redeem these miles for flights on partners such as United, Air Canada, and Lufthansa, as well as Avianca, of course. British Airways Avios is going to be useful towards American Airlines, Alaska Airlines, and Cathay Pacific. Aer Lingus also uses Avios as its reward currency, but it's not a member of oneworld, so its partner redemption options aren't as good. However, you can transfer Avios between your Aer Lingus, British Airways, and Iberia accounts to unlock different pricing and partner options. And then Iberia is basically just similar to British Airways, is what they mention here. So very, very interesting. And you can also see the ratios here is 1-to-1 for all the other airlines, and then 1-to-2 for choice privileges, which is on par with City's program, so very, very nice. And then it also comes with protections, because some people in the Discord were wondering, are there protections on this card? So cell phone protection, you're going to be getting up to $1,000 per claim, maximum of 2 claims per 12 months with a $25 deductible. Interesting. And all you have to do for that is pay your monthly wireless bill, like a lot of them are. And even compare here to other Wells Fargo cards with a maximum limit of $600 or $800. But if you're comparing it to Chase's ecosystem, the Chase Inc. Business Preferred, they actually give you the same coverage, so $1,000 per claim, for 3 claims instead of 2 claims, for a much higher deductible of $100 per claim, whereas this Journey is just $25 deductible per claim. So cell phone insurance is looking pretty hot. Travel protections, it looks like this car, the Journey, is going to be giving you up to $15,000 per traveler to cover non-refundable trip expenses with a coverage limit of $20K per 12-month period. And to compare again, the Chase Sapphire Preferred only covers up to $10,000, so $5,000 less than the Journey, comes up to $10,000 per person with a maximum of $20,000 per trip. But the Sapphire Preferred's maximum coverage per 12-month period is $40,000 as opposed to $20,000 from the Journey. Another interesting point here, also in the Venture Capital Discord, was my good man KitKat here. He said, especially since the Wells Fargo Journey, it doesn't seem like it's getting primary CDW. It's a better card than the CSP and the Venture in my mind, just based off the credit and multipliers. That alone. And then John R., who also has his own channel, shout out to him, he says, true, but if primary CDW is important to someone, CSP is the better option. So I guess that's one discrepancy that is something to note and very, very interesting with these, comparing these two cards. Other benefits on the Journey here: roadside dispatch, travel and emergency assistance services, and emergency cash disbursement and card replacement, like we see on many other Chase cards as well. A restriction here that I was actually unaware of, but if you want to actually apply for this Journey card when it comes out on the 9th or the 20th, and you already applied for a Wells Fargo Active Crash or autograph card, you have to wait until at least 6 months have passed since you last opened a Wells Fargo credit card. So I didn't know about that rule. However, I wonder if it's like many of these other programs where it's like, if there's a special offer or a new card just dropping, you might be able to bypass. So I'm not really sure. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people testing that rule very, very soon. So interesting card nonetheless. And if you want to compare it quickly with the Chase Sapphire Preferred before we actually get into the comments from the greater community, similar amount of points for the amount of spend. So definitely, as Matt Clausen said, a shot across the bow. Also, the $50 statement credit for hotel stays, which we know most people are not using that for hotel stays. It seems like the flight credit on the Wells Fargo Autograph might be a lot easier to liquidate or to use. 5x back through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal, which is, from what I understand, it doesn't have to be through portals on the Wells Fargo Journey. Of course, I don't have complete perfect knowledge, but from what I understand, that's going to be direct through them, which is a lot more freeing than through the portal for the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Also, 3x on dining that the Journey also has as well. 2x on other travel purchases, which is less than the 3x that's on the Journey, and hopefully the Journey has a pretty free, pretty broad travel category for other travel as well. The only thing you're really kind of lacking on the Journey is the 3x online grocery purchases. Are we really lacking? And then 3x on select streaming services, which, cool, you got that. So let's look at some stuff from the community. So shout out to Matt Clausen. He was the first to the news. I'm very happy for him. Again, just very happy. He's been following this closer than anybody else. And he actually put it out there, and he's doing very, very well with that. In anticipation for this video, I actually put out a community post a couple hours ago talking about what would you choose if you were a person in this community, Wells Fargo Journey or the Chase Sapphire Preferred. So let's see exactly what the comments are here. And Matt Clausen, 73% of people are wrong. 73% they said the Sapphire Preferred. Oh boy, man, we're getting some controversy. Wells Fargo starting some stuff. New Jitsu 92 here. He says Wells Fargo is just throw up emoji. Very, very nice. Deanie, my man Deanie in here. He says this is an easy pass for me. I was really expecting to see American Airlines and Hyatt. So glad that I didn't get any Wells Fargo cards when the rumors were going around. Yeah, man, a lot of people were hoping for AA and Hyatt. I remember seeing a lot of comments like that. They do say they're going to add more travel partners over time, so who really knows? But I guess we'll see. I hear your point. Feather Pony here says neither. Would you rather drink dog diarrhea or cat diarrhea? Interesting. Wireless, he says, until there are more partners, I'll stick with Chase and Capital One. Yeah, I'm kind of with that as well, especially since I'm not looking to get into Choice anytime soon. Maybe the next couple of years, who knows? FF18 Cloud says, I mean, for those talking about Hyatt, like I have a CSP and a built card too, but like, is Choice really that bad of a partner? There was a guy who was showing how you could easily get 5.5 cents per point on some Choice properties in and out of the US. Yeah, they could be very, very powerful, Choice, honestly. Even this hotel I'm at right now is very, very nice. It's Cambria. Matt McGrath says, this is a pass for me, with Choice being the only hotel transfer partner. Chase still trumps it. Man, a lot of people with Chase on this one. Vincent Pasquale always has some good insights here. His thoughts. Having Choice 1 to 2 takes away a unique advantage from Citi. My thoughts exactly. And after the Turkish Airlines devaluation, what does Citi have left to distinguish themselves from the other programs? Interesting. I didn't really consider that at first. Seeing how you can't apply for the no annual fee Chase Sapphire, I wonder whether Wells Fargo would stop making the regular autograph available for applications and force people to go for one of the newer autographs with annual fees. I wonder. What do you guys think about that down below? And of course, if anybody has any comments and whatnot, you want to write it down below. I want to hear this because I'm not really a Wells Fargo guy. I'm just really interested in the news. And then number 3, they should have had a full slate of transfer partners ready for launch rather than just release them a few at a time. I expected to see Emirates and Virgin on transfer partner lists since every other program has them in their addition to Flying Blue. Which, shout out to Kiki in the Venture Capital Discord, link down below if you want to join the conversation. But she also mentioned, and she has her own channel as well, she said, true, I was just thinking from a marketing point for the folks who aren't as involved, why not list all airlines apart from Avios, a part of Avios? It just looks better. Like, we have 7 airline transfer partners, despite really being 3, Avianca, Avios, and Air France, right? Like, why not list all of them if you technically can interchange them because of the alliance? I wonder. Daniel Cleverly said, definitely interested, but until more partners are announced, Chase wins. If Wells Fargo can score American Airlines or Hyatt, it will be a winner in the starter travel card space. 100% agreed, and it seems like that is the main point here. Even Turtle Trade, without Hyatt, worthless to me. Keith S., we know and love him. Hyatt for the win. Whew. Weak partners, Jiggy says. Was hoping for AA. I might just get the sub and downgrade to OG autograph as it earns better. Jeffrey Platt, I might schedule the new card as my next application. My plan right now is to apply for the active cash. And Jazzy says, well, they've done some super shady and very illegal stuff, holding the jury out for now. Yeah, so it seems like there's a lot of conflicting points of view here. I'm not really sure. Let me know your thoughts down below. I want to know exactly your thoughts. Is the 73% wrong here? Should it be, 100% Wells Fargo Journey? I want to learn from your experiences as well. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. So enjoy, have some fun today. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you.